Good morning. Today is Friday, May 22nd. And today you're going to be reading a thing that I bet you know a lot about now, mainly because of the coronavirus, pandemic, the Wuhan virus, whatever you want to call it, the virus that has overtaken the world. I don't think it's as bad as is being touted necessarily. I don't think it's as good as some people want to wish it is either. But there are many ways that pathogens are spread, and remember there are four types of pathogens. You've got the viruses, and it was on the previous lesson that you learned about the four types of pathogens. Let me go back here. There were bacteria, and okay, so it's protozoans, and bacteria, and fungi, and viruses. And so those are our four pathogens. Now, what we're going to learn about today is how those are spread. Yes, from animals. Remember during the, if you've heard of the Black Plague that hit Europe several times through the 14, 15, 16, 13, 14, 15, 1600s, it would come every so often. That Black Plague, they found out, was finally found out that it was spread through rodents, through the fleas on the rodents. It would bite humans. The fleas, not to spread the disease purposely, but they had the disease and it would spread to humans in Black Plague, and it would occur. And so that was one way. And then you'll find out about that, and airborne type, vector type, which are spread by mosquitoes and other types of flying insects. That is probably the more dangerous type of one, is through mosquitoes. When I was in Florida about 4 or 5 years ago, and the Zika virus was being spread, the Zika, Z-I-K-A. And I remember being in Florida, and we were on vacation, and so Mrs. Jones and I would go walking. And I remember we had real problem with mosquitoes while we were there at that particular time that we usually didn't have. We ended up having to walk on the other side of the street because it was all in the bushes along where we would usually walk, and so we ended up walking the other side of the street. But I remember being bitten several times on a particular day, and so then within about 4 or 5 days, I felt a little sick, and I developed a rash on my chest, and had just all the symptoms of Zika, and I didn't realize it. And of course, it was the same type of mosquitoes that they had there, where they had the little white stripes across the torso of the mosquito. So I probably have had Zika. Now, Zika was one that would affect more than anything. It would affect women who were pregnant. It would cause encephalitis, not encephalitis. It would cause the brains of the unborn babies to not grow, and so that baby would be born with a very, very small head. And so there are all kinds of viruses out there. You'll learn about some of them, the epidemics that have occurred. Of course, epidemic is just in a particular area of the world, but a pandemic means around the world. And we've had pandemics in the past. I told you about the Black Plague. That was one of them. The other one that happened just 100 years ago, the Spanish flu. And so that was one of the bonus questions I had asked you a long time ago when we first started these classes. But you'll be reading through 369 and learning about those things and what epidemiology is, what non-communicable diseases are, how they are formed in people. And so you have two work text pages to do, 243 and 244. And so on the front side there, it's going to be about these pages in particular that you're reading today. The back side is a study guide, which will cover from what you read yesterday and today. And so make sure you get those done, and you will have an enjoyable weekend, I hope, and look forward to one of our last weeks of school. 2 weeks left, basically, after today. And we look forward to everything being over, I'm sure. All right, that's it. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. Bye.